Hi folks, this is Vicki at patternprincess.com. Today I'm going to show you how to do a special stitch. It's a very easy stitch. It's great for a beginner. This is a mesh stitch and it really consists of just a single crochet and a chain one. This swatch here I did. I'm going to talk to you about 3 different ways you can do the starting chain stitch here, but this swatch I did is just 12 stitches long, but you can see the lovely texture that you have, and you can see where you kind of get, I'm going to hold this up a little bit closer here. Here we go. If I can kind of like try and hold just a little bit of an angle, you really see that you kind of get some rows, a little bit of texture coming down here, and this is really just created with doing the single crochet, but I just love how that looks. Very easy to achieve. So what you need, and you could make a blanket, you can make hats, you can make, I mean, gosh, so many things, placemats, coasters from it. You just need, I'm gonna put my slip stitch on here. Again, I just put my finger through, 2 fingers, bring it around, put my hook in, and grab the yarn and bring it through. That's how I do my slip stitch. Other folks do it differently, but that's how my grandma taught me, so that's how I do it. I'm going to put a chain of 12 on here, but all you need is an even number of chain stitches to start off your row. So that's pretty easy, even stitches, and you can make anything as big or as small as you would like. So I'm going to do 12 chain stitches. So I yarn over, bring it through the first hole, yarn over, bring it through. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 single or chain stitches. Now, I talked to you about there's 3 different ways that you could go back on this now and really start your first row. You're going to start in that second chain from the hook. So this is the first chain right here. So the second chain from the hook is right here. You can start and put your hook on top, through the top loop, and get your yarn and bring it through, or you could turn it over and work on this little back loop and bring your yarn through and do your single crochet, or and I'm telling you there's 3 ways, I'm going to show you my samples in a minute, or you can go through both of these top loops and just right here and then just have that 1 loop on the bottom. Now the reason I'm showing you this one here, when this is my starting row, when I started I went through where you go through the 2 loops, and the one I just showed you, the one where you just have that bottom loop there, what that does is it takes up a lot of the slack. You don't have a lot of pull. See that? So if you're going to put on a finishing row, a border around something, you can easily put a stitch in there and you're not going to have big gaping holes. So that's what this one looks like. Now this one here, this swatch I did here, okay, I did in the back loop. I worked the back loop of that little back bump, and you can see my starting holes here are a little bit bigger, not bad, but see, it doesn't look the same. And these are just little techniques as you're working, and it's things that I wish somebody would have told me when I first started crocheting. So I'm telling you, it's just if you take one extra step, and you can decide, like if you're not going to put a border around something, maybe it doesn't matter. But more and more, I decide all of a sudden I'm, getting through with a blanket or something, then I just, I'm going to put a border around it. Well, then I sometimes don't like my first row because it's so, it's a little bit looser. It doesn't hurt anything. It just, as you get better and better at crocheting and doing different projects, your skills get better. Well, then you start to get more picky about your work. So it just gets more professional looking. So this one here is even looser as you pull on the bottom because I just went through that top loop. So depending on what your project is for, how you're going to do it, how loose you're going to make all your stitches, how you want it to look, those are 3 different options for doing your first row. Today though, I'm going to show the 3rd method where we go through both of those top loops and we crochet into that bottom one. Okay? So I'm going to take my hook out of here to show you again. So I have 12 single chain stitches here. So I'm going to go underneath this top loop and underneath that second loop right there. And it's the second chain, and I'm going to put my hook in, yarn over, bring it through, yarn over, bring it through the 2 loops. That is a single crochet. Okay, then I'm going to chain 1. Oops, my yarn is sticking here, I apologize. Then I'm going to skip the next loop, the next chain, then I'm going to go into the next chain stitch, but remember I'm going under those 2 loops. So right in here, you just got the 1 bottom loop and complete my single crochet. Chain 1, my loop there was a little bit loose, but that's okay. Skip 1, and then we're going to single crochet. So it's a repeating pattern all the way across. Chain 1, skip 1, and single crochet all the way across. Chain 1, skip 1, and single crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, and single crochet. You should always end with a single crochet. This is very nice if you're a beginner to make sure you get nice even rows and nice edges. So you're going to chain 1 and turn. I don't know, to be honest, if it makes any difference if you chain 1 before your turn or after your turn. Like you could chain 1 and then turn, or you could turn and chain 1. Just make sure you chain 1, okay? That's always been something as I'm reading different crochet patterns. I don't know if it's a different, makes any difference or not. I don't know that answer. So we're going to skip the first chain 1 that you did, and we're going to do a single crochet right on top of that first row you did. Right on top of that, we're going to do a single crochet. So in every single crochet, you're going to single crochet. We're going to chain 1. We're going to skip that chain 1. So then you can kind of see, here's the chain 1 skipping, and then you can see there's these 2 bars here of the first, or the single crochet stitch here. So it's kind of easy when you look at it. You know that you're going to stick your hook in there. If I can now. And then do your single crochet. So each time, chain 1, skip 1, but you look for those 2 bars, and it's pretty easy to see. And that's what gives that little, like I said, you could see that little bit of texture going up and down your work too. It's just kind of neat, another little element as you're working. So here's a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and then make sure that you pick up those top 2 loops of that first single crochet, and then single crochet on top of it. Do your chain 1, turn, and then you're going to skip that first chain, and we're going to go single crochet right on top of the single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet on top of the single crochet. So you can see this is a very nice pattern, very easy to work. I'm going to finish the row here, and then I'll show you how this looks. And some of my stitches, because I'm talking and, you know, I'm not being consistent as far as my speed, you know, they're a little bit wonky, but that's okay. You get the idea of it, and it'll look pretty good when we get done, and you'll be able to see how this looks. See how that's coming together? I'll get out my original swatches. So here's the swatch that I liked. Remember I did the bottom just like I did the bottom on this one? So that was that one, and then we have our other 2. So if you compare, let me see if I can get these out to compare the bottoms, and see if you can have a nice view of them. So this is the bottom that I like the most. Okay, this is the bottom that we went on top, just did the first, on that first loop on the chain on the bottom, and then this one here we worked in the back bump. So those are our 3 different swatches. But this is how you work the mesh stitch. It's a beautiful stitch, as I said, that can be used for many things. And I hope you enjoy your crocheting with it. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and click the bell so that you stay up to date and get informed whenever I post new videos. Thank you again.